Today, you will be learning about school attendance in the state of Virginia. Specifically, you will gain basic knowledge around Virginia state law concerning compulsory attendance, excuses and waivers, alternative education programs, and exemptions to the Virginia policy. Virginia has many laws around truancy, which is the absence of attending school. If a student accumulates 5 unexcused absences, the school is required to have direct contact with the student's parent or guardian. After 7 unexcused absences, the school is required to invite the parent or guardian to an in-person conference, during which the school can bring an attendance officer into the picture if the parent or guardian is not cooperative. After the 8th absence, student services are brought in and the school is able to file a criminal complaint. After 9 absences in a semester or 20 absences in a year, the student loses credit for the semester or year. Chronic absenteeism is described as missing 10% or more of the year for any reason, including excused absences, unexcused absences, and suspension, and is usually about 18 days per year, based on a 100-day school year. In 2016, University of Virginia conducted a study that found that 1 in 10 Virginia school children missed 18 or more days of school, which is about 135,000 students in the state. Compulsory attendance in Virginia means participation in educational programming or courses remote from the school with permission of the school for any student age 5 on or before September 30th or has not passed their 18th birthday of that school year. Students must meet the same number of school days as well as hours per day of academic requirements as public school students. Children may be taught by a tutor, homeschooled, or attend private or denominational schooling. Other children included in Virginia are children under the care of social entities such as the Department of Justice or children under care of Department of Corrections. Those children meet their requirements by attending an alternative placement or program of study. Students can be excused from school attendance through a variety of excuses and waivers. Some of these are protected by law and others through school board policies. The following are the most common. Religious beliefs. Any student along with their parents conscientiously opposed to attendance at school by reason of bona fide religious training or belief. This does not include political, sociological, or philosophical views or merely personal moral code. Additionally, each local school board shall develop policies for excusing students who are absent by reason of observance of a religious holiday. Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court. Courts may recommend, with agreement from parents, a student be excused from school for a time period by reason of concern for the student's health or a student's reasonable apprehension to their personal safety. No benefit. A student may be released from compulsory attendance based on the recommendation of the principal and the division superintendent and with the written consent of the parent or guardian if the school board determines that student cannot benefit from education at such school. Also, students can be excused from school based on the recommendation of the Juvenile and Domestic Relations District Court if the judgment of the court deems the student cannot benefit from education at such school. Other students that may not attend their regular base school are school-age students that have been expelled or charged with an offense that violates the Commonwealth's laws, school board policies, or relates to offenses involving weapons, drugs, alcohol, or injury to another person. Under Virginia law in Article 3 of Chapter 14, these students are required to attend an alternative education program. There, students may pursue a high school equivalency examination, GED, or continue to pursue a high school diploma. Placement of these students is determined by the school board. Additionally, students that have been charged of the aforementioned crimes may be required to attend night school, adult education programs, or any other education program designed to offer instruction to students for whom the regular program of instruction may be inappropriate. There are certain circumstances when the Virginia school attendance requirement does not apply. The only federal exemption is found in the Wisconsin versus Yoder case, where the courts determined that Amish students did not have to attend school beyond 8th grade. This exemption is based on the First Amendment. In Virginia, the exemptions to compulsory school attendance include the following: when a child is suffering from a contagious or infectious disease, a child that has not met the state requirements for age-appropriate immunizations against communicable diseases. Immunizations are not required if they conflict with religious practices or if the immunization would be detrimental to the student's health. A child under 10 living farther than 2 miles from a public school without public transportation provided within 1 mile of his or her home. A child between 10 and 17 living farther than 2.5 miles from a public school without public transportation provided within 1.5 miles of his or her home. A parent or guardian may delay their child from entering school for 1 year if the child has not reached their 6th birthday on or before September 30th of the school year. This will be acceptable if the parent or guardian felt the child to be mentally, physically, or emotionally unprepared to attend school. Additionally, after the age of 16, an alternative education plan can be developed for a student that would include a high school equivalency exam and a career and technical education credential. The Virginia Department of Education considers attendance to be a top priority for schools, as reflected in recent accreditation requirement policies. The importance of daily school attendance to school success is borne out by the research. Being absent from school predicts lower test scores, increases likelihood of being retained in grades, and increases risky behaviors from chronic absenteeism in Virginia and the challenge school divisions. Note the disparity between students who are chronically absent versus those that are not on reading and math SOLs. We know that regular attendance plays a significant role in a student's success, and a student's success in school is a predictor of future endeavors. As future leaders, let us commit ourselves to reducing chronic absenteeism by implementing these 5 basic strategies at our schools provided by the Virginia Department of Education. 1. Engage students and parents. 2. Recognize good and improved attendance. 3. Monitor attendance data and practice. 4. Provide personalized early outreach. And 5. Develop programmatic response to barriers. Because every day counts. Attend today, achieve tomorrow.